All right, we're going to talk about putting out seeds today. This is the time of year where we start getting questions about putting seeds out. Biggest thing to know is don't put seeds out unless you talk to us first, if you're one of our customers. We put out pre-emerge in January and February every year that prevents all seeds, whether it's Bermuda seed or whether it's centipede seed. I've never even heard of anybody talk about St. Augustine seed, zoysia seed. I know those things exist, but that's a whole nother story. I guess the quick thing I'll say about that is I would not recommend even entertaining putting those things out by seed, mainly just because no professionals even talk about it, and the interactions I've had with researchers that talk about those seeds, that's just not part of the seeding conversation. But Bermuda seed, centipede seed, even carpet grass seed, talk to us so that we can walk with you through that process. But I want to explain why real quick. So if you have 100 square foot area, like a 10 by 10, think of a basketball goal, 10 times 10 is 100, so 100 square foot area, then you either need to think about sodding or seeding. Sodding is the easier thing to do, but that's also why it's more expensive, is because there's a higher value, a higher rate of success, so it's worth more, and not to mention a sod farm put a lot of time, energy, and effort into growing that sod. Seed is the cheaper method, but it's very difficult, and we don't offer that service as a business for a lot of reasons, but one is because it's very, very important to water it really well and at the right time. And by the way, both of those seeds I mentioned, Bermuda and centipede, you need to wait till closer to May anyway. But even if you do, whether you do it in March, April, May, June, or July, make sure there's not pre-emerge, or your seed is probably going to fail, because pre-emerge doesn't distinguish between Bermuda seed, centipede seed, poana seed, crabgrass seed, Dallas grass seed. It prevents all seeds. And so what you need to do if you have received a pre-emerge is you need to get a rake or a tiller and lightly till the ground to break up that pre-emerge layer, because when you put a pre-emerge layer, it's a very thin layer. And so if you break it up really good, I have heard of people being successful by doing that with putting the putting seeds down after they disturb the soil. But just know that seeding is not a guarantee. It's difficult, and it's practically impossible if you have a pre-emerge down. It shouldn't work. Reach out to us if you have any questions about that. That's what we're here for. That's why I'm making this video, is to bring attention to this issue or this topic, because it's a hot topic this time of year. So thank you for watching this video. Leave me a comment if you have a question. Give us a call. We'll be glad to help. We'll see you next time.